Hello, hello, hello. All right, consistency. You probably heard of this before that to really see traction and progress in your content creation journey, you have to be consistent. I'm a believer in consistency, which is why I have consistently uploaded videos on YouTube for about 3 or so years, and this is what I learned. The biggest argument is, of course, quality versus quantity. Which one is better? Now, if I were to upload every week, then I would certainly compromise quality. But let me tell you this. The meaning of quality is very subjective and not measurable. Some see quality as a high production video, some see the value given in the video as high quality. Whatever it is, you will need to define your meaning of quality, then pull in the viewers that sees the same type of quality as you do. Of course, once you have that stamped down, try to increase the quantity you produce at least once a week if you are doing long-form videos. This not only helps increase the chances of your videos getting pushed, but also allows the YouTube algorithm to learn about your channel and your audience. Alright, the next one is seeking attention that can be detrimental to your channel. Most people who start out as a content creator are mainly for the attention. That is unfortunately the nature of social media. What I want to tell you is that attention is what grows your channel in terms of vanity metrics, but it is not what you should go after. Instead, you need to see getting attention as a bonus for your effort. Why I am saying this is because attention does not give you any benefits whatsoever, apart from getting unnecessary recognition from people you don't know. What I find is that whenever I focus on trying to get attention, I create videos that don't represent me, videos that I am not proud of. And once that type of video launches, I find myself seeking validation and I forget about how that video contributes to my channel's growth. Super dangerous, because if that video goes viral by accident, you are stuck and you will find yourself creating even more videos that aren't the natural you. Okay, next one. The best time to start your journey as a content creator is 10 years ago. The next best time is now. I know this sounds cringe, but it is true. In all these past years, I have seen a number of commenters who tell me the same thing over and over again about how YouTube is saturated, about how you can't make money on YouTube anymore. And after 3 years, they are still saying the same thing. Whereas me, who has been trying consistently, has already grown much more than where I was 3 years ago. YouTube has definitely gotten more competitive over the years, but if any part of you thinks that you will regret it if you don't try, then just do it. Because the worst feeling is one where you look back to the past and wish you actually took action and changed and potentially upgraded your current situation. Don't be that person who sits there waiting for a change to come that favors you. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of those platforms are not going to change because of you, because they are in charge. So you need to learn to adapt to changes fast. The next one is, of course, don't overthink things. Oh, what if people don't like my video? Oh, what if people laugh at me? Oh, what if no one watches? You know what? All of those are going to happen. But what I can tell you for sure is these people who don't enjoy what you create, they won't be around to harass you or make fun of you. True, you may occasionally get 1 or 2 trolls, but you will learn to handle them as you produce more videos. That I can promise you. The other kind of people who overthink are those who research way too much and dare not take the leap. These people are perfectionists. A perfect video does not exist. If anything, perfectionism shows your insecurity. I always find that those who want things to be perfect will have a hard time as a content creator because the journey is about making mistakes. When you are too perfect, people don't find you relatable and you will have a hard time attracting new viewers. So don't try to be perfect. Learn to keep growing instead. That is a more feasible approach. Okay, next one. Experiment, experiment, experiment. Experimentation is where you start to find out what it is about you that makes you stand out amongst your competitors. If you don't try something new, people will not find you interesting. They will find you a copycat and they will leave. Of course, there are lots of ways to experiment with your videos. You can do one shot, you can record outside, you can try many B-rolls. You can even try a new niche to test the water. I have done a lot of different experiments in the past few years. Most of them did not really work out or made no difference. 99 times out of 100, nothing is going to happen. But that 1 out of 100 that actually did make a difference, it completely blew my channel. So you never know what will happen, but if you are a small channel, I encourage you to experiment around because that is the advantage you have over big channels. Alright, sometimes you need to spice things up a little in your video, and even the slightest change can help disrupt your viewers' attention. Have you seen videos where there are sudden zoom ins and sudden zoom outs, or a random picture that pops out of nowhere that doesn't mean anything and feels out of place? Those are not there by coincidence. They are there to disrupt your thoughts and bring your attention back to the video. So sometimes try something drastic, try something out of place, try something that isn't you for a few seconds and see how it goes. Your viewers may watch on average 4 minutes of your video, but if you add disruptors like I did just then by adding an out of place footage of me using my 3-in-1 wireless charger, it could have charged up my video and extends my average watch time from 4 minutes to 6 minutes, which is a big deal to the YouTube algorithm. The next lesson I learned is you cannot create a video that fits everyone, including your subscribers. Your viewers, your subscribers, they are actually a mix of the right and wrong audience. What I mean is, just because 10 people subscribe to your channel, it doesn't mean they share the same interests. It doesn't mean they want the same kind of videos from you. So sometimes you may create content that pisses one group of people but gets respect from another. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, nor should you do anything about it. You need to know that creating what you believe in is more important than creating to please your audience. Speaking of the audience, know that what your audience suggests, such as what content you should create, is not necessarily the type of content that is right for your channel. I have tried creating videos my audience asks for several times, and what I find is those videos tend to underperform. It is almost as if the one requesting it represents the minority of the viewers, and it can get discouraging when the video tanks. Personal requests videos can take a lot of effort and time to create, and it is demoralizing when it fails to meet expectations. So yes, you should create for your audience from time to time, but I would prioritize what I know is best for my channel. Okay, this one is crucial. Do not trust what you see easily, especially those channels with explosive growth. The criticism I get often is I have created so many videos and my channel is still small. Therefore I fail. And most people who say that to me, they tend to compare it to channels that blew up overnight. What I learned is that channels that blew up with very little videos, they enjoy giving the impression that they have everything figured out as a content creator. But chances are they have unlisted any videos that underperformed. So they might create 100 videos and one video went viral and pushed their channel to new grounds. Then they may unlist the 99 videos and make it look like their first video went viral, then have bragging rights over it. So don't blindly believe them. It will only make you feel miserable. Content creation is a journey. Some build their presence a lot faster than others, some take a few years, and some try to fake it. Another lesson I learned is that it is okay to remove underperforming videos. When I upload a video every week, I was experimenting around, and one of the experiments I did was to try a completely different niche because I wanted to test the kind of audience I am pulling in. And those videos tanked horribly. Like, viewers actually express themselves and say they are not interested in the new niche I am trying, and I got almost no views from them. After that, I removed all those videos that are unrelated to content creation or making money as a content creator because I fear the YouTube algorithm would rank my channel a lot lower thanks to this shift in niche. Having said that, that didn't actually cause any damage to my channel. So don't worry about experimenting with the wrong kinds of videos or style or niche because you fear those videos may drag your channel down. It is okay to remove those videos if they underperform and they are completely within your control. Okay, now this may sound blunt, but from my experience, the majority of your viewers don't really care about you when you are starting out. Don't be confused about support and care. They are two different things. What I mean by don't care about you is they are not interested in knowing more about your life. I remember watching this small channel a few years ago where she was just talking in her video about her ex-boyfriend and how bad he was, and basically a story of a bad relationship. It is a good story, but no one actually cares because to most people, that's just a stranger babbling. I don't know that stranger as well, so it is hard for me to relate to her demise. Because ultimately, the most important person in any video isn't the content creator. It is the viewer themselves, and they will always see it that way. Big channels have a big advantage on this because they have built up a community, so they have a small portion of audience who are indeed interested in their lifestyle. But from my experience, small channels can't do the same thing they do unless they are more established. The next lesson is content creation should not be treated as a fun thing to do. I think this is by far the most consistent comment I got over the years, that everyone is doing YouTube because it is fun to them and it is not for the viewers but for themselves. That's great, you know, if you think that way, then that's great. But it is just really hard for me to believe it sometimes because some of the comments seems contradictory. One minute they say it is for fun, the next minute they are complaining about not getting views and subscribers. I actually make it really simple when it comes to all this. If my YouTube doesn't generate me money in any shape or form, then it isn't for me. And it's not that I'm doing it just for the money. What I'm saying is I cannot invest my time and effort into creating something that has no return because our time is precious, am I right? If we know we have more important things to do or more important people to be with, then I would rather spend that time on things that are important. If I'm creating content for fun so that people recognize me, then that just sounds silly to me. Now, of course, it kind of depends on your status as well. Maybe you're already a millionaire, so you're doing this because you want to spread your knowledge. But again, if you are that sort of person, then I strongly believe you won't watch a video like this because you already know what you are trying to achieve. So my next lesson is to try and run YouTube as a business. Usually when people talk about business, it is about money, but I think that is just one aspect of it. True, money is important to sustain your channel, but the magical thing about seeing it as a business is it allows you to take your mind off views and subscribers and focus on the goal of your channel. So say I want to run my channel as a business, which ultimately allows me to do this full time. So I would need to first make sure my channel makes more than my full-time job. Then I will need to learn what type of value, wisdom, and knowledge I can provide to help people in a big way so that they can become my potential customers. Then I'll start thinking about how to build authority, how to build my presence, how to build trust, and so on and so forth. If I don't treat my YouTube as a business, I'll be creating random videos after random videos that have no aim, no target, and are pretty much a waste of my time. This next lesson is going to hurt you a little, but it is totally necessary. You need to be honest with yourself on this journey. What exactly are you doing this for? Why are you doing this? If you care about the views and subscribers, then good. You are not fooling around. You are actually serious about this, and now you have to set a goal for yourself so that you know what to do about it. Every video created has a reason for it, and not only do you know what it is for, but you have to be honest with yourself so that you do not stray too far from your main aim. Being honest is all about accepting reality. If you're not getting the views and subscribers you want, then perhaps you need to think twice about your niche, your video style, and your content. Accept that there's no point crying over spilt milk. If you're starting out, then the best way is to test out if this is for you in the first 6 months. Go all in, create as many videos as you can, then evaluate. If you find yourself enjoying creating videos, then hey, great, let's come up with the next plan. But if you see yourself struggling and mentally affected because your videos aren't getting views, then I highly suggest you quit. It is not worth damaging your mental health. Alright, this lesson is about your authority on YouTube. YouTube is a long-term game because it takes time to build your authority and trust and credibility online. And I find that many people are impatient when it comes to all this. A lot of people expect their first couple of videos to easily make them believable. Viewers are not stupid. They are extremely skeptical when they first listen to you, mainly because people reject things they are not familiar with. Impatience is going to be the downfall of you if you are not careful. And throughout this journey, you will see people giving you unsolicited advice and everyone is an expert. But you need to assert your authority and not tarnish your credibility. And to do this, one of the best ways I can see is to create a portfolio of highly valuable videos on your channel. This is going to take time, hence the long-term game. But it benefits you in the long run because it helps your channel grow consistently and avoid the sudden spike, sudden drop situation. Okay, this lesson is controversial. Some of you may be offended, so I apologize in advance. Making money as a content creator should always be part of your plan. You cannot and should not say no to making revenue for the content you create. Now, I know money is a sensitive topic. Some think everything should be free, some think money is evil, some think money is good. But from my experience, you need to make it extremely clear and transparent from the start about making money on YouTube. The reason is because you don't know what the future holds. Sure, you may start off as doing YouTube for fun, but you might have accidentally created a viral video in, say, your third year or so. And when that happens, you might start seeing sponsors approaching you. That is when you start to think twice and you might take up the sponsorship, and that's when your viewers will turn their back on you. They remember the littlest of things sometimes. So be clear at the start to avoid any misunderstandings. If you're running your channel to drive traffic to a product or service you own, be upfront about it. The next big lesson I learned is selling. More specifically, selling authentically. Selling is an underrated but learnable skill, and most people don't realize that content creation is all about selling. Now, don't be confused with a salesman, okay? That's not what I mean. I'm not saying you should bombard everyone with over-the-top reactions when promoting something. A good content is always able to sell a good story. The story can be about a product they are trying to promote, or a service they created, or just sharing values and experience. If you look back at my first few videos, I'm horrible at selling. I couldn't convince people with my story, I couldn't make myself relatable, I couldn't share any values even though I have a lot. But as I continue to improve myself, I improve my selling ability, and now I'm able to share lessons with you just like that. I still am not good at promoting products and services though, but I am learning. If you're not comfortable with selling, then be like me. Learn to sell your personal stories. You will know you succeed when your engagement is high. On top of that, this skill you gain is transferable to your job and business as well. It is extremely powerful, so if you are not doing YouTube for the sake of money, then perhaps you can use this platform as a way to enhance your selling skills. Okay, this next lesson is all about delivering what you promise. What I mean is, do use clickbaity titles, but make sure you deliver the content in your video. Do not try to lie to your viewers for the sake of getting views. I think titles need to be clickbaity these days because people need to be curious first before they decide to spare some time for your video. And once they do click, you need to make sure they are happy and satisfied and potentially turn them into a returning viewer. So if your title talks about secret ways to fish or something, make sure you deliver something of that sort to your viewers. Don't show just 5 seconds of fishing and the rest of the video is about you rambling on about cars and politics. Another thing is, please do not beg for subscribers and don't seek any validation from the viewers. After I uploaded videos for the first or second year, I realized asking for people to subscribe doesn't really help in getting subscribers. What really does help though is you deliver what you promise in your video and they can decide to subscribe or not. It really is as simple as that. If people aren't subscribing, then that means you aren't delivering enough and people don't find what you say valuable, which is okay because that means you have room to improve. Okay, this lesson is quite a personal one and that's content creation burnout. I think at one point or another, you will get burnt out from creating content. Maybe because you aren't seeing any traction, you aren't seeing any growth, or maybe you're running out of ideas. I want to assure you that that is perfectly okay. It is okay to get burnt out and it is okay to take breaks. A month-long break is not going to affect your channel in any way. I burnt myself out, I think at least 3 times, and it happens because I ran out of ideas multiple times. And at that time, I feared that the YouTube algorithm might punish me for not uploading more, so I forced myself to create even though I didn't want to. And that made it worse until I reached the point where I just had to stop creating for the sake of my mental health and I went offline for a bit. It was a very much needed break and I came back fresh and much stronger than before and a better version of me. When you feel burnt out, your content will suffer and your viewers know it, so make sure you know where your breaking point is and rest when you should. Okay, I want to give you my last lesson and this is quite a funny one. The best content ideas come from the most random places. I have had about 3 videos out of all the videos I created that performed spectacularly, over 100,000 views. And let me tell you this, those 3 videos are the least thought out video ever. They are the videos that I never would have thought was going to do well because they are not well planned. I guess partially they did well is because I needed to upload a video every week and I was running out of ideas, but I had to create something. And that's when I started scripting based on my perspectives and for some reason it just blew up and I have no idea why. The best part of all is all 3 videos that worked well for me, the ideas came from when I was taking a shower, so such a strange place, right? But you see, if it wasn't because I wanted to be consistent with my uploads and I was running out of time, I wouldn't have come up with these 3 videos. I would most likely overthink, overcomplicate things and create a video that I think people want to watch, but in reality, no one cares. So like I said, consistency helped me tons. Anyways, that's the 20 lessons I have for you this time around. I actually have more than 40 lessons, but I probably have to do those another time as this video itself is already pretty jam-packed. But I hope you learned something out of this and you can apply these lessons for your own journey. Feel free to reach out to me in the comments or send me an email. I'll try my best to respond to you, alright? Okay then, thanks, see ya.